I'm Dan Drake. This is Front Up on Visitor Network TV. Our guest today is Craig Arnold, a young Nantucketer who has gone off on an adventure that I think we all need to hear about. Craig, welcome.
Thank you, Dan.
You went off. You said you left Nantucket as an AFS student. What, after your senior year?
During my senior year, I traveled to Ghana in West Africa, where I stayed with a wonderful host family and made a lot of great friends in the country and got to know it really well.
How long was that initial visit?
The initial visit was about 6 months.
And you were hooked?
I was hooked and fell in love with the continent and the country and the people.
Did you get to travel besides to outside of Ghana?
I've traveled to Tanzania before, but I mainly traveled in Ghana, and this year I plan to travel around to the surrounding countries like Togo and Cote d'Ivoire.
All right. But you've got a specific mission going in Ghana, as I understand it.
Yeah, I do. I'm working in sustainable agriculture. I own a permaculture farm just outside the capital of Accra, up in the mountains in a town called Latte.
Would you explain what permaculture is, please?
Permaculture is a sustainable design and living system of food production. So you design your land in a way to collect, the most water, to receive, to maintain the most energy on your property as possible. So using all these different design systems to do that. So we incorporate a multitude of different plants and trees that will benefit each other.
Complement each other, yeah.
Exactly.
How long has this concept been around?
Permaculture was coined by a man named Bill Mollison, and it's been around since like the early 80s, late 70s, and has just slowly been taking off. There's a few other pioneers such as Sepp Holzer and Jeff Lawton as well.
How big is your farm?
Our farm's currently 4 acres, but we're growing every day, literally. It's kind of hard right now because there's a lot of development going on in the area where we're buying land, so the prices go up every day. So we're trying to purchase as much land as soon as possible.
How much does an acre of land cost in that?
Between $800 to about $1,200.
So relatively, it's still pretty inexpensive.
It's relatively cheap, yeah.
Although there, it's a fair amount of money. Are you doing this in partnership with other people? Or
yeah, in my farm, I co-own it with a Ghanaian native. His name's James Kwesi Annan, and we started it together about 3 years ago. We had the idea that we wanted to get into organic farming per se, but we didn't necessarily have the skill set or knowledge to really get into it until we learned about permaculture and other forms of organic and sustainable farming.
So do you have crops that you can sell, or is it pretty much used for your partner's sustenance?
Yeah, well, that's true. We do feed a lot of our workers off the farm. But what we're trying to do is sell most of our produce in the village locally rather than send it to the city markets, which would be very easy because it's only about a 40-minute drive. So the problem we have in the village is that the local farmers, they'll only grow a certain number of crops, whether it be maize, tomatoes, yam, and they'll go take those crops and they'll sell them in the city. Now that leaves the village at a disadvantage because they don't have the best produce available on the market at the cheapest prices.
Even though it's grown right there.
Exactly, and they could grow much more there, but what they do is they buy the stuff they don't grow in the city markets and bring it back to the village to sell. So our point is that we need to grow.
You need to cut out that middleman.
Exactly, and keep everything local.
So how many different crops do you sell?
Well, our main cash crops are like maize, cassava, cocoa, yam, beans, and then we have like a bunch of fruit trees. So we have mango, avocado, guava, cocoa. And now we took a different approach from the conventional farming techniques that are used throughout Africa, where you have a piece of land you want to farm in, you slash it, you let all the weeds dry out, and then you burn it. We didn't do that, so we went in and we weeded our land very slowly and meticulously, and we identified local medicinal plants and local fruit trees that were already established there. So we didn't damage those. So I have mango trees that are about like 20 years old now, and guavas, which are full-on mature and producing tons of fruit, which is great. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I'd gone on the land and just slashed and burned it.
You spent, what, a couple of years doing this and getting it started?
Yeah.
After you finished your AFS tour?
Yeah, so I went back. I continued to go back throughout the years, and this farm has been in the works for about 2 years now. And now I've teamed up with another organization in Ghana called AgriPro. And what AgriPro is doing is they're promoting sustainable farming techniques to farmers and other value-added producers in Ghana. So what we're doing is we're launching the first 100% local organic farmers market in the capital of Accra, which will go on September 14th.
Have you gone on to continue your education?
I actually studied Africana Studies, and I actually have a business in the States here. I'm involved in environmentally friendly lighting. So that company took off, and I left put the Africana Studies on hold, and that's kind of going to be...
What do you mean environmentally friendly lighting?
We sell magnetic induction and LED lighting, which is very environmentally friendly because it doesn't contain as much harmful toxins and whatnot.
Toxins, right. Has anybody...
I got a question.
Yes.
Can you go into how do you buy a farm in Ghana? I know there's a good relationship between the two countries. So can you ask him about that?
Yeah, sure.
How does somebody ever get to buy a farm?
How does somebody who's not a Ghanaian get to buy land in Ghana? Is it a problem? Are there restrictions, or can you just do it?
There's not too much restrictions. The key is to have local content. So if you're a company or an individual that wants to buy land or start a business in the country, it's great to have a local partner, and it makes things a lot easier, and obviously it's much more beneficial for the local
Do they
economy.
require any kind of minimum investment?
Not per se, but they do require a minimum ownership by a local entity.
What's that
Which
percentage?
is about, I believe right now it's about like 15%.
Okay. And the partner you have, I presume, is somebody who has some experience in farming?
Yeah, he does have experience in the traditional farming techniques used in Ghana, but he also is like he was born in the city of Accra, so he's used to the urban areas as well. So we're both kind of on the learning curve, and we are both ignorant, which is kind of a blessing rather than a curse, because we're able to learn all these new ways rather than going with the conventional methods used.
So it sounds like you're a bit torn between your business here and your business over there.
I've actually just got a job over there, so yeah, we're doing the whole lighting project for a new university that's getting built over there.
That's great. That's fabulous. So how much, you're going back, what, in the next month, you said?
I'm trying to go back at the end of September. So currently we're fundraising for the Accra Green Market, which will be launched in September 14th. And we've started an Indiegogo campaign. So people can look us up at indiegogo.com and then search the Accra Green Market and can donate or just check out what we're doing.
Have you developed much interest from prospective donors?
Yeah, I mean, we just started a week ago and we're almost up to $400, and we're trying to raise a little over $10,000 by September.
That's good. How long are you going to spend when you go back?
Just a month, which will be a little short for me, but I plan on going back later in the winter time.
What else have you learned in this experience over there?
I mean, one of the most major things I've learned is that Africa is the next frontier, and Africa is going to be, I mean, the countries in Africa are going to be some of the most forward-leading, fastest developing economies in the world. And along with the people there who are so great and diverse and have so many cultures, it's going to be an awesome future. I really can't wait.
What about your experience at Nantucket High School? How did that prepare you for growing up here, I should say?
Well, growing up here, even though I may have not been exposed to some aspects of off-island life, there was like a diverse population of different students and people.
At the high school?
At the high school and in the community. So a lot of my friends, I mean, I have friends from El Salvador, Jamaica, Bulgaria, whatnot, and that kind of opened up my eyes and gave me the opportunity to interact with a lot of different cultures.
Why did you pick Ghana? I assume you had some choice in the matter.
Yeah, I had a choice between Tunisia, South Africa, and Ghana, and I'd already been to East Africa before, and I wanted to check out West Africa. And I mean, things couldn't have worked out any better. It's just everything fell right into place.
Why don't you give us the name of that website again?
It's called Indiegogo.com.
I-N...
Indiegogo. And you can search the Accra Green Market, and then you'll be able to check out our campaign.
Great. Well, best of luck to you. It's fascinating. I hope you'll come back and keep us posted.
Thank you, I will.
Craig, thanks very
Nice
much.
meeting you. Take care.